do you get the idea? What in the day?
Indeed.
I can't even do a fake British accent.
You do.
I can't do a universal British accent. I can't do like a Spectre one. This is
Do an impression of Tracer. Don't worry, love. Cavalry's here.
Show me ass. Anyway, so today we're going down the indie road again. We're going to be checking out Her Majesty Spiffing.
With what?
Spiffing. And the reason I chose this one is the description says it's a lot like Monkey Island. And I haven't played a good Monkey Island adventure game in a long time. Plus, it's quintessentially British. And it should be a good old laugh. So let's investigate Her Majesty Spiffing.
Enjoy, mate.
Oh, I want a mustache.
Select character.
The Queen, my friend.
How fucking dare you talk bad of Frankly English, the main character, mate?
Frankly English.
Frankly English, and his Welsh cohort, Alan Jones. How fucking dare you, sir?
Oh my God.
How dare you disparage the good name of
I'm
Frankly
predicting
English?
tongue-in-cheek straight off the bat.
This game is all the memes.
All the memes.
And just all the puns. And if you are British or have any knowledge of British culture, so if you're Irish, Scottish, or whatever, this is an Irish-made game. They come from Ireland,
Right.
Of a British point of view of his Welsh cohort. That's what it is. It's fucking hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. It is all the things you want to see. And okay, this game has one major flaw. It's an hour and a half long at the moment.
Let's get that off the bat
Get it
straight
out of the
away.
way. So we're not going to do too much on footage, but I will tell you the stories. Brexit happened.
Is that in the game?
This is after Brexit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so Brexit happened, and the Queen is pissed. The Queen is pissed that Parliament allowed this to happen. So
Right.
she just dissolves Parliament. She just fucks them off and takes back control of the country.
As you would, mate. As you
And
would.
because she's the motherfucking Queen, mate, she makes Great Britain the most powerful country on Earth, like, super fast.
Really?
Yeah, the Great Britain dominates the planet.
Holy
So
shit.
much so that she wants to dominate the universe. And she builds a rocket ship which has the front of a Mini and a rocket at the back.
But the body of it, I did see the cutscene, the body is also a British-built Harrier jump jet, mate.
Correct. And sends Frankly English, the main character, and his co-pilot Alan Jones off into space to basically plant the flag on as many planets as possible
Claim
for the
them, mate.
glory of Great Britain.
For the Queen.
For the Queen, mate. For the Queen. And that is the story.
Okay.
Without spoiling much else that goes into it. So, it's just so funny. It is so fucking funny. The gameplay is everything you would expect from, if you've ever played Monkey Island or a LucasArts game or anything, or any adventure games, you played some Grim Fandango, it's all about that. You
Beautiful.
are finding things, you are investigating items that don't make any sense, then you're going to try and use logic and reason to put the puzzle together as to what you might have to do to get onto the next section of the game.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely. But the way it delivers it is great. It has a lot of hints that you can kind of say you don't want at some point. You'll ask a question, is like, well, do you want arbitrary? You know, it's really tongue-in-cheek and it talks to the audience. They know they're on camera. It breaks the fourth wall a lot. And he'll be saying things like, don't be boring in front of the audience. We're trying to make a fun game kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. It's self-aware.
Yeah, but it's a puzzle game, and it knows that. It knows it's a puzzle game. And you're going to do everything you would do in those games. You're going to investigate areas. You're going to investigate things that don't seemingly make any sense. That might lead to an item like a rubber glove. And later on, you're going to be like, what do I use this rubber glove for? And then you'll be like, oh, maybe,
Light bulb.
okay. And then that gives you another item. And you're like, well, where the hell do I use that? Because we were walking around with a block of cheese
Right.
for ages. We're like, what the fuck do we do with the cheese? What is this? And then something happens and you're like, wait a minute. No. And then it's like, yeah, that totally works.
But it's daft solutions, though. Is that right? Like in a good way?
No, the puzzles aren't daft solutions. The puzzles make perfect logical sense.
Oh,
They really,
right,
yeah,
okay.
the setups for them are ridiculous.
Right.
The setups for them are absolutely ridiculous. But the puzzles, and I love that because, again, you go back to Grim Fandango, sometimes you'd just be like, I have all this stuff, I kind of know what I need to do, and I don't see how it makes sense.
Okay.
And you'd be like, I just can't work it out for the life of me. And it happened in Monkey Island as well. Sometimes you're just like, I don't get it. Like
Yeah.
in Monkey Island 3, you had to pour suntan lotion on the back of a guy.
Oh,
while he was in the
cooking
sun.
oil, mate. Cooking oil.
And then he burnt the map off his back.
And
that
you peel it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You could do things like that might take a while. Or something like a rubber duck would get you out of quicksand. And you're
Yeah.
like, what? And then it just plays this weird animation. All the puzzles make total sense. There was one puzzle we got stuck on. That was
Okay.
it. And when I say we, I mean me personally. The stream got it straight away. Yeah, the
I
guys were
get
like,
you,
I think
I
you're
get
supposed
you.
to do this because it does make logical sense, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious all the way through. I had such fun with it that I was so disappointed that it ended exactly. I mean, we stopped watching our recordings for getting footage. It was exactly an hour and 31 minutes. It was exactly an hour and 31 minutes, which was a shame because that is when somebody came into the game and we were like, this is fucking hype.
Now it's going to kick off.
This is fucking hype because
Yeah.
we were like, no way is this about to happen. And that's exactly when the game ends and you'll get a message like, look, we're a small indie dev team. I think the team itself is like 2 people main full time.
Right.
It was a Kickstarter project. We will make the rest of the game if we make enough sales. That's the game. That's the game. I can't tell more about it because it's going to ruin it because it's a puzzle game. So if I tell you more about what's going on, you're going to ruin it. So that is the game. The pros are, it's just so funny. It is so funny.
It did look good.
Yeah,
the graphics I love as well.
The puzzles aren't tricky.
It's the graphic style is not what I expect from an indie game.
It was really
it
well
looked
made.
very nicely polished.
It was really well made. And that's what was a shame about it because it felt like a top quality game, not like some sort of asset flip or some sort of fucking 8-bit, which just means we didn't do any graphics kind of thing. This was a properly made game. Everything worked. Controls were brilliant, bang on point. Dialogue was funny. Everything you wanted it to be. The puzzles, again, made sense, which was fantastic because I hate it when the puzzles don't make any sense. The bummer is it's an hour and a half and it's 13 quid currently, which
steep.
it's a shame because that's a lot of money compared to what's out there at the moment. It's a lot of money for not a lot of game. Despite how good the game is, if it was, and I'm being reasonable here, if it was 6 times longer than that, 5 to 6 times longer than that, I would be absolutely 100% buy this game. Don't watch anymore. Just buy it and have fun with it. So there you go.
Pretty steep price tag for what looks like a decent game. So let's just hope they get the funding and maybe bring that price tag down a touch.
Where's your brew, mate?
I've drank it. Well, I threw it all over Alad at one point. Yeah, he's Welsh. Yeah, and don't fuck with the Frenchies. Obsessed, mate, with things that I don't want to spoil. What a great game.
Is it good?
It's so good.
It looks
It's
I like the animation
good.
of it. I like
we
the
were
animation.
laughing from start to finish, and that's the unfortunate part. Is from start to finish, it's an hour and a half.
How much?
13 quid.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, they're a little indie dev. It was a Kickstarter project. This game has so much potential to be a really good game, but 13 quid for an hour and a half?
Not in any category is that worth that money.
No, I don't think
way.
so.
Sorry.
I can't just. I mean, you compare it to something like Isaac, where you get like 1,000 hours out of that game for less money, and people were when we were playing it, people were like, this game is amazing, but of course all those guys have now seen the entire game because we try not to finish games so we can be like, this game's like this, go and play it. Yeah, exactly. And in this case, it just finished. We had no idea. We were playing it, and in fact, an event happened in the game. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good," and they went, "And that's it for now. We'll make more if we can afford it." So they've literally ran out of money and did what they could do. They've got a lot of potential. This company, they have a lot of potential to do something. And they said it's depending on sales. They set up lots of stuff in the game for what would become the greater game, but
it looked good and felt good. But if it's dependent on sales, then I'd probably consider dropping that tag down.
Yeah, maybe it could a winter sale on Steam, something like that. I mean, people were
definitely.
saying they just pitched up The Witcher 3 is now like 11 quid.
You're not going to compete.
It's not in the same
Not in the
league.
same
It's
league.
not in the same league, unfortunately, yet. So that is the only that is just like the only con to what is a fantastically funny game. So, great job. Can't recommend it at that price. Just can't do it. I think that's unfair and disingenuous to do that. Anyway, if you enjoyed that video, of which we didn't show much because obviously it spoiled the entire game, you can watch the VOD on Twitch. I've linked it down below. Also, you can check our previous video, which was on Hitman. No, it wasn't. It was Dead Rising 4.
Unbelievable, man.
Dead Rising 4.
Amateurish. Churlish.
We do this a lot. Requires all players.
Come here.
Ringing it. Oh shit!
Santa
Santa Claus?
Has he got a fucking gun?
Santa Claus is packing heat, bro.